Let me share something I saw today. I know I've talked around it, but I saw it. This one now is in black and white. Nobody will say it's me that said it. I just picked it out from the word. That place, show us that verse 33. Verse 33. Where we read, it says, nevertheless, that's the conclusion of the whole matter. Let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself. Then he says, and the wife, see that she reverence her husband. Please, can you give it to me in the Amplified Bible translation? It says, nevertheless, let every man of you, without exception, love his wife as being, in a sense, his own self. And let the wife see that she respects and reverences her husband. Please write respect down. Then write reverence. Another day we will talk about them. And that she notices him. Write it down. If you are a woman, say, notice your husband. Regards him. You've written that. Then the next one, honors him. Then prefers him. You're not sitting down comparing him. You are not like Mr. XYZ. You don't do like Mr. Jack. You are not doing like Mr. John. Prefers him. Anyway, we said we are going to talk about it next time. She venerates him. She esteems him. Am I too fast? She esteems him. And that she defers to him. She defers to him. She praises him. She loves and admires him exceedingly. Yea. Only me? I'm sure that's what one woman is thinking. But it was from Bible, or did I read it from my head? Okay. Let me show you one more thing and then we'll move on to the singles. The word reverence in the King James, that word reverence in the King James is taken from the original Greek word of phobia. And that word means to revere. But I like squeezed my face when I read further. It says to fear. To fear, to be afraid of. As someone that is startled by a strange sight or sound. And then to be struck with amazement. Then, of course, some of the words we read in the amplified version, to venerate him, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, we can't say that we are to go around fearing our husbands. But I believe that the original Greek word that is used there is to connote the fact that your husband is not your pally. In as much as you are friends. Do you know what? Daddy and my husband and I are our best friends. One day somebody came to his office and said, you see, Pastor, you need to have other friends. Your wife is not the only one that should be your friend. He was advertising himself as a friend. We are friends. He can crack jokes and I understand what he's saying. And he cracks a lot of jokes when he's in a joking mood. You know, otherwise he's in the spirit, in prayer and all that. But when he comes back from praying, he can be just so absolutely sweet. All right? But in as much as all that is on, I don't talk to him anyhow. I don't call him by his name. don't talk down at him. It doesn't matter what I want to communicate. I have the mental understanding that he's my superior officer. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. I realize that many of us women handle our husbands with some level of levity. I'm sorry, don't call me old-fashioned. But this issue of calling your husband baby, me, I don't understand. I'm sorry, maybe I'm from the Stone Age. Yeah, if he calls you baby, that's good. He can call you baby. But when you keep on calling him baby, you start to see him like a baby in your eyes. Oh yeah, once in a while, okay, if you're so much in love with the word baby, fine. You can call him baby. After all, he's your baby. You have to baby your husband and take care of him and love him and, put his head on your laps and baby him, like a baby. Oh yes, good, that's fine. But when that becomes his established title, I don't understand. I'm not saying that you should be quivering and shaking when you see your husband coming, like the lion of the tribe of his house arriving in the night. And then all the children dive under the bed and dive under the table and they suddenly fell asleep. They were awake since so. As soon as they heard the sound of the car outside, say, boss, daddy don't come. Find your level. Everybody dives to their room and dives under the blanket and they are fast asleep. And they either wake up before he gets out of the house and they are out, or they stay in and let him go first. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a respectful disposition. A reverential disposition of honor, of deferring to him. You can't be in public and people are talking to him somehow and you join the people. Never. You stand with him and say, whatever you people think, I believe what he said. You should be his greatest cheerleader. Your assignment in his life, which we didn't talk about. That was the first passage we read when God said it's not good that man should be alone. Let us make him and help meet for him. And then God caused Eve to come forth out of his rib. Your assignment is to help him. Another day we'll talk about help. Sisters, madams, married women, let me come back to you. There are some of us that married looking a certain way, and along the line we have transformed to something else. You want to look the way everybody else is looking, and then suddenly your husband wakes up one day and says, where is my wife? Where is the girl I married? Both from size that has changed to complexion that has changed. To everything. And you look many times different from who he married. There's a problem there. Let's get back to basics and find out what is the fundamental person, the original look, the original personality that your husband married.